Good evening everyone, and a warm welcome to Mystery Monday. I'm here live on Facebook, and thank you if you're catching the replay or hopping on to YouTube. My name is Lucia Visentin and I am an Independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. Thanks for hopping on. As you do, please let me know that you're around. Tell me where you're from, would be lovely to know. How was everyone's weekend? I hope everyone had a good weekend. We have had family over from Tassie, so we've had a fun-packed week, nearly actually. We did some great things, and it was nice to see family as well. My brother and his family came over, which was lovely. Also on the weekend there was the virtual scrapbooking event as well. So I hope those of you that participated had an awesome time. It looked like there were quite a few that were participating, and it looked fantastic. Some of the spreads that people were doing did look great. Hello Jackie, how are you? Hope you're well. What else did we do on the weekend? We did loads on the weekend. Actually went to a football match. I have to say I do follow Fremantle. My family all followed Collingwood. Not my personal family, my brother's family. And so we went to watch their game, and Freo won. So I was quite excited because we don't usually win. And I don't think I've ever been to a game where they've won, but I felt for my nephew because he was going for Collingwood. Hello Glenda and hello Renee, hope you're both well. Tonight I am going to do something a little bit different and a little bit simpler than I have been doing. Hi Fiona. Just to keep it a little bit simple and keep it real, and make some cards nice and quickly if you'd like to as well. Hello Kim. Thank you for making it on time, but it doesn't matter. There's always a replay. There's always YouTube. What's happening actually on Facebook is all the lives are actually getting deleted after a month. So if you do want to catch any of my videos, do go over to YouTube and subscribe, because I do put them on either straight afterwards tonight or they go on tomorrow. So everything goes on there as well. Hi again, Anita, how are you? Hello, Natalie. So like I said, tonight a little bit simpler. I am going to use Prairie Grass, which you may have seen others use. So I am going to use that one tonight because I do like it, and you can make some beautiful simple cards with it as well. Hello, Vicky. So we might just turn over and get straight to it, I think. So let us. So our first card is super simple. This is all we're using. It is just a piece of basic beige, and it is just our normal card size. So I have got 21 centimeters by 14.85, and I've scored it at 10.5. So it does not get any simpler than that. Good evening, Anne. Hello. I am just going to fold that over and burnish that with my bone folder. So for this, you are not going to need many products at all. You will need the stamp set. I am going to use 2 blending brushes. So the 3 colours I have used in ink are black, which is the Memento, which I've actually put onto a craft white ink pad, just so it gives me a larger area. So the Memento generally comes like this, but I have put it onto one of our normal ink pads. I am using Old Olive, favourite, and I'm using Misty Moonlight. I have really loved this set, Jackie, and I just think for things that are a little simpler, like I'll show you, it is going to be a great little set to use. What else am I using for this card? So the stamp set, the So Very Sorry also comes from this stamp set. And just for the inside, there is this other piece of grass as well. So I'll be using that also. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, super simple. The other thing I will use, and you can see I've used it before, but I'm just going to reuse it, is some tape. And it is repositioning tape, so it will come off nice and easily. And I am going to mark the bottom of my card and the side of my card, the left-hand side. I am going to mark it, or not mark it, sorry, mask it. So we shall pop that there, and then I'm going to go, and I'm just going 1 centimetre in from the side. So what this is going to do is leave my side so it is still the basic beige. Okay, because what I will do now is, with my old olive, good evening Lee, how are you? What I'm going to do with my old olive is just come in and mask that a little bit. And you know what? I can just see I've got a little bit of my card showing there, so I'm just going to cover that up. Hi Jenny. And I'll come in with that. And I'm not going to do it too dark, but I do want a little bit of colour on. But I'm not going all the way over to the right hand side of the card either. So that is probably enough of the old olive. And we might just go a little bit more in that corner. Old olive done. We will now move on to Misty Moonlight. I do love Misty Moonlight. It's a gorgeous colour. A little bit of this at the top. Again, not too dark. I'll leave that as it is. So all I need to do now is peel that off and peel the bottom off, and you've got that lovely edge then. I really love masking the sides of cards like that. Now, I do have to apologise because I don't have a block large enough for the larger stamp. So you do need the largest block, which I do not have. So I am going to use my Stamparatus, and unfortunately it is not available anymore. But I have nothing else to stamp this with. So apologies, but this is how I'm going to do it. So I have put my stamp on the arm of the Stamparatus, and I am just going to line up my card. Just make sure it's out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to put an ink pad under that arm and ink it up with some of the black. And I think my black is quite juicy, which is fine. And I will bring that down now and apply some pressure. Okay, so then we end up with this, and this is almost the card finished, because all I am going to do now to this card is add a sentiment. Now, a card does not get much simpler than this, but I really do like this card. I was actually showing John, and I have a stepped up version, and he was saying he actually likes the simpler one better. So you can give me your opinion shortly once I do the other, and you can tell me whether you like this one or the next one. Hi Lisa, how are you? Are you back home now? I hope you had a lovely time in Melbourne, visiting family and catching up. I loved catching up, that was gorgeous, thank you. So that is card number 1. Like I said, we will step it up a bit now. So to step it up, I do have an old olive card base. So basically I am casing my own card, but just going to do a few extra details. Yes, it is a sympathy. And I just think it's really nice and simple for a sympathy card. I think that's all you need for sympathy, I think. I have got a black mount, and then I have still used the basic beige on top of that. Yeah, do you know what? I think you just need the big block. I do need to purchase the big block. That would definitely be better for that, that stamp. I think it might be F. I can't remember the size. Less is definitely more for sympathy, definitely. For this one, I do have an insert because we have got the old olive, so we're needing the insert. Oh, that's what I forgot with this one. I will put a little stamp on the inside of that as well once I do this one. The other two things I've got is a little bit of two-tone cardstock, only a strip of basic beige, and then a tiny little strip of the black. Okay, so we are still going to do some more blending. So exactly the same as the other one. We'll do the green at the bottom, which is old olive. And then I'll come up at the top with the Misty Moonlight. So let's just lay some of this colour down. And again, I'm just going to go to about halfway. I'm dabbing it onto my glass mat just so I don't get the big blotchy bit straight away. Hello Joan, how are you? Hope you're well. It is a nice card, Jenny. I think this would be a great card. Or something similar, like if you've got anything and just with the blending behind and then the black stamp on top, I think is really effective. So that's my old olive. Now we'll go a little bit of Misty Moonlight. We'll go from the other way. So honestly, this is the hardest bit on both the cards, and it's not even that hard. I always use the same blending brushes for similar colours as well. So this is for all my deeper blues, and then the one that I'm using with the old olive I use for all the darker greens as well. And you can just either clean them on a microfiber cloth. I sometimes just do it on my on my chamois as well, just to get some of that residual colour off them, and then you can use them for whatever as well. So let's put this away, and then we can get on with the rest of it. So the other thing I wanted to do is just to give this a little bit of texture as well. Something that's great to do, I do have a spritzer here. So the spritzer you can buy from the store, $10.50, and you actually get 2 of them. So what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do it on screen, well I will do it on screen, but I'm actually going to hold my spritzer above my camera so it's from a bit more of a height. I'm just going to give it a little spritz, and probably a little bit more there. So what that is going to do is where the water hits it, it's actually going to take the colour out of the dye. I might need a little bit. I've probably gone from too far up now. I just didn't want to do it too much. I was being quite careful. And as that dries, I might just get the heat gun onto it now because I've actually spritzed it quite a bit now. Okay, sorry, heat gun's going on. The only reason why I'm putting the heat gun onto it is because I am going to stamp on top of this as well now, so I don't want it to be too wet. So as you can see now, it has actually just lifted the colour off it a little bit, and that's nice because it just gives it that little bit of texture. So what I'm going to do now with this is pop it under here, and I'm going to stitch it here. So what I've actually done is I've stamped, so when I put my stamp on the other side, I do stamp it down so I can see where it's going to actually stamp, and then I know where to put my bit of paper. So we'll grab our black again. Going to pop that ink pad under there just to keep it at a nice, I do that just so it's even and I haven't got it so it's flopping to one side, and then you don't end up with ink all over the side of your plate. Okay, a bit of that, it's all straight. I'm just applying a bit of pressure with this little tool. I don't have to explain too much because, like I said, you can't actually get these, unfortunately. So, and there we go. Oh, a little bit too much pressure. That's okay. So, to make this up, you know what? I might do that again. I don't really like that. I have fluffed that up a little bit. It won't take long to do another one. Let me see what the width of that was. 4.5. So you'll even see, even with a mistake and redoing something, it is not going to take that long. So I've got this piece at 13.9. Let's just do this quickly again. And I'll just make sure I'm not quite so heavy-handed when I'm putting my ink on my stamp. So we're just laying down some old olive again. olive. I know, I'm sorry. I don't think anyone would like to receive that though. It's got a little bit of a, that's quite a bit of black at the top, and I've got nothing to go over it either. I could have put, oop, that was probably the wrong thing. Let's go with the blue instead. Now I'm not going to worry too much. I did just put my green in my blue, but I can just wipe that off. That will be fine. So I'm just making sure that they're meeting in the middle. I'm just going over that a little bit as well. So let's just clean that up. Okay, get rid of him. We'll get our spritzer out again. And I will go a little bit closer this time. You might be able to see what I'm doing now. So I'm probably about 25 centimetres away, I reckon now. And you could even have like a little bowl of water and just spritz it with your fingers. That will give you bigger droplets and bigger whiter patches as well. Correct, Glenda. The more I practice, the better I'll be. So let's see. All I'm doing now is just, that's on my tissue. So I'm just going to clean the back of the other side of that. So that will be fine. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's not as wet as the other one was. So what I am going to do now is, with my chamois, I am just going to clean where I put that black. And I'm going to pop this under here again. And I will make sure I am straighter this time. So see how I've got no shadow around this one now? I haven't let the ink touch all around. And for some reason my stamp is down quite a bit. So I have actually got a lot of, it probably is a bit crooked. I've got a lot of rubber at the top there. I hadn't realised that until now. So let's put him back in here. Pop him over. Now I can still apply loads of pressure because I know I haven't got the ink around the outside this time. So there you go. That one is loads better. Definitely happier with that. And like I said, we can use this one, and what I'll do is I'll chop the top off and make this piece a little bit smaller for my next card. So for this, I'm going to start off with the bottom, and I'm going to put my this one here I actually used, I have embossed it, and I've used the exposed brick embossing folder on that. I will use my Tombow glue, and we'll pop this down. I've only given it quite a little border. It might have been, I'm going to say 3 mils. So sometimes I only go 2. I just wanted a little bit more black showing as well. Now I did change my trimmer after this, my blade, because I was getting fuzzy. So if you're finding that your cardstock is getting a little bit fuzzy on the edges when you're cutting it, that is because you need a new blade. You can try cleaning your track on your trimmer, but generally speaking, it's new blade time. So that is now just going to go on top of our card, the card base that is. And this goes on here. There you go. And for this little piece, I'm actually going to put the black on one side. So let's just, I might put the glue on this side. I don't want too big a bit of black showing. So let's do that. I'm just going to trim that end bit off because I have made it a little bit longer, but that's okay. We can get rid of that. And then, like I said, I do have some two-toned cardstock. So what I'm going to do with this is tear it. And when I tear it, I'm actually going to tear it towards myself, and that's going to give me the little bit of white showing. Okay, I don't want it straight, so I am going to do some little dips. So I'm going to do that kind of thing. Now, the problem is we are using, not problem, but we are using basic beige. So what I also want to do, so like I said, we have used a few more things for this one. I'm going to, I've got a little bit of ink on the inside of my ink pad there, and I have got a blender pen. So with the blender pen, I'm going to pick up some of that ink, and I'm just going to colour the white here in the basic beige. Just because I don't want it to be a stark white against the basic beige on the card base. So this is going to look a whole heap better, and it will just coordinate a lot nicer. You could use a blender pen perhaps, or a marker pen as well, one of our Stamp Right markers. Unfortunately, I don't have either, so this is going to be my solution at least. But like I said, if you had the others, you could use either of the two. I do think this is probably a little bit more natural looking than if you went with the blender pen. I think the blender pen would make it quite harsh and quite dark. Now, to get more ink into that, I'm just going to close up my pad. I'm going to squeeze it. For some reason, squeezing it from the back, I get more ink that pulls. Don't ask me why, I'm not 100% sure, but it does work better that way. So I think the blenders, these blender pens, are actually a little bit forgotten. People just don't use them enough, and I think they are quite a good little tool to have. You do get, I'm going to say, 3 in a pack. So there's 3 in a pack, and they are, no, the blending brushes. The blends, I don't think I've got it written down. I will find out for you, and I will put it in the comments. I do think I know what it is, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to say and give you the wrong information. So like I said, even with this little bit of fluffing around, you're still going to get a simple, beautiful card. Now, with this, all you need to do is get some scrap paper, and I'm just twisting my pen in my fingers, so I'm getting all that colour out of it. So as soon as it starts running dry, it is clean. You will end up with a little bit of colour still left on the nib. That's not going to interfere with anything at all. You'll still be able to use that with any colour at all. If you are using it with any reds or red-based colours, it will stain the tip, but again, it's not going to affect how it operates. So I think you could change the white. Yeah, changing the white's a good idea, because like if you are tearing it and you are getting that white, like I said, on the basic beige, the white's just going to be way too stark, I think. Whereas once we get rid of the white and we put that basic beige on it, that will make all the difference. So I'm not going to have a heap of that showing, but I do want some. So we'll do that kind of thing. Make sure it's stuck down. And again, it's a little bit longer, so we can just cut that end off. I was just going to find out how many you got in the pack and what the price was, Jenny, because I'm not 100% sure. So with this, I'm just going to put that to the side of my card. I'm just going to trim the slightest bit off the end of that too. It's just a little bit long. So we might do that off this end. And there I've got like double the amount that I'm trying to get off it. There you go. That's better. That's better. Okay, so thank you, Jenny. I am just going to pop that up on dimensionals. Now I am getting to the end of my pack of dimensionals, so always remember that you can use these side bits. Don't waste anything. Just pop them up. And they're only quite little, they're only half. $25. How many do you get, Anita? Is it 3 in the pack? I'm pretty sure it's 3 in the pack. They come in a plastic little box from memory. I haven't bought any for ages. The ones I've got have lasted me so long. It's probably a bit big, but that's all right. We'll pop him in the middle there. Okay, and might take a pick tool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 3. I'm sure mine came in a pack of 3. Thank you. So this I'm just going to pop on this side. Just like that. Now I have done this ahead of time. So this one is Sometimes Life is Just Hard. So sometimes, you know what, you need all sorts of sentiments sometimes. So I am going to use that one. You can put a nice little message in the card then for a special person. That just flew off. So I'm going to put dimensional on one side, but then the other side I'll just put a glue dot so that sticks. And the other thing I might do with this one is just pop a little linen bow at the back of it. Sentiments are from the same stamp set, Jenny. So it is all Prairie Grass. So there is Sometimes Life is Just Hard. So Very Sorry is the other one that I used. My Shoulder is Yours. You're Not Alone. I'm Here for You. And Sending the Healing Power of Love is the other sentiment as well. So they are quite gorgeous little sentiments. I would probably use the So Very Sorry the most, and possibly this little, you know, Sometimes Life is Just Hard. So little bow. Just make sure both of my ends are the same size. Cut my end off, and then I can just pop this up under. Don't know whether I just moved that then. Nope. So what I'm going to do with this, oh, you'll love it, Anita. I would love to see what you do with it too. So with this one, I'm just going to go glue dot. I'm going to pop the glue dot just under where my sentiment is going to be. And pop my bow right over that. And then that can just go right over the top. There, and then the glue dot on the other side. Yes, the new mini catalogue will be available fairly shortly. So if anyone would like one, do let me know, because I will be able to send them out for you. As a demonstrator, I think we can see it on the 31st of this month. So that is July, August. So I think it's September to December is the, September to December is the mini catalogue. So there you go, and you can just see where that water has taken some of the colour off that one as well. Yeah, will do, Lisa, for sure. So like I said, let me know and I can get them sent out to you. So that is the front, and we will do the inside. So like I said, there are a couple more grasses in this one. So there is this little one here, and they're rushes, bulrushes as well. So a little bit there. I will grab my black and we will just, like I said, my black, look how inky that is. That is so inky. I do have to be a bit careful with that. Yeah, see, my stamps are a lot further up. I'm thinking I'm putting it right at the bottom, but I'm not. So anyway, that's just a little bit up higher, but that's okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Can't do the twine. See, I don't mind the twine on it, but like if you don't like it, don't pop it on. It doesn't, and honestly, you're right. It doesn't actually need it. Like you don't need to pop it on. I've not popped any embellishments on either. I don't think they need it. I will show you another one that I did pop some on, because I have got another card that's kind of in between both of the ones I have made tonight. So I wasn't going to make 3 cards for you. I just thought I would do the 2. So that one's there, all finished. There is that one there that we made. Just let me ever so quickly. Yes, Vicky, I will pop one out in the mail. Like, I don't think we will get them. I don't think we can order till the beginning of next month. But once I've got them, I will send them out. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense then, Jenny. If it's harder to tie them, I wouldn't be using them either. So this is the other one I made. So still very similar to this one here, but I have put a mount on it. So I've got the black mount, I've got the basic beige mount, and I have put some embellishments on that one as well. So like I said, you can go the embellishments or not. Personally, even with the mount on that one, I still quite like the first one too. I think John's right, the first was really nice. And I think the inking on the first one was a little bit, was the very, very first one I made, because that was probably even a little bit lighter. Inking's very similar, but I probably didn't go up quite so high on the side either. So like I said, really simple tonight, but I just wanted to show you that, you know what, simple's still good. We like simple. They don't have to be, you know, cards that you spend, you know, an hour and a half on or an hour. You can still do them nice and quickly. I mean, and this would make, even without the sorry, putting happy birthday on it, but that would make a nice little gift set for someone as well. Yeah, the first one, do you know what? I think the first one is really pretty. Like I said, that was John's choice when I showed him all the cards I was doing. That's actually, looking at that on screen, that's quite heavy where I've blended over it as well. Definitely great for sympathy cards. So like I said, do let me know if you would like a catalogue, and I will get them sorted as soon as they come in. The other thing is I still do have some kits for my next class. My next class is on the 8th of August and registration closes on Friday. Did have a card that I showed that we will be making. So that was one of the cards we'll be making, and that's the suite that we're using. So let me know. I think I've still got another 4 or 5 kits left. So there's plenty to go around if anyone would like them. John's right. Yeah, John might be right. You might be right, yes. So yes, do let me know if you want to take part in the class. So there is $45 for the class. If you've already got the suite, you can also purchase just the PDF for $15. If you order the suite or the bundle from me, you'll actually get the kit for free as well. So let me know for either of those scenarios. So I think that was probably it. Apart from, like I said, let me know if you want the catalogue and my next class. And like I said, I will pop some pictures of these cards up, and I will, I don't know, I might get the video up onto YouTube tonight or tomorrow morning as well. So if you do, like I said, everything does go straight up to YouTube. So if you'd like to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, do. I would love that. And at least then you'll get notifications of when new things go on there as well. Because like I said, on this business page, in the month or within the month, after the month, sorry, the videos do get deleted. So if you're on YouTube, they're there for good. Well, hopefully they're there for good. So you'll be able to watch them there. So thank you very much. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely week. Thank you, Annette. And I will see you on Thursday this week. I should be home. So I will see you then. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.